A recap of The Young and the Restless for Thursday, February 19th, including Phyllis's departure and Claire's decision to dump Holden. A recap of the episode of Young and the Restless Y&R, that aired on Thursday, February 19th, reveals that Phyllis Summers, played by Michelle Stafford, will travel to Milan aboard the Newman jet with a specific objective in mind. Phyllis will be busy working on a scheme involving Summer Newman, who was last portrayed by Alison Lanier. Meanwhile, Kane Ashby, who is played by Billy Flynn, will be working on his own scam. On Thursday's episode of Young and the Restless, Kane will leave a lengthy voicemail for Phyllis on his train. In the message, he will mention that she would typically be present to gloat. But at the same time, Kane will justify what he was attempting to do for Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, and the twins. He will understand why Phyllis took such harsh action against him, and he will forgive her for it. After the arrival of Daniel Romalotti Jr., played by Michael Grazide, who will verify that Kane is looking for Phyllis, Kane will confess that his mother traveled to Milan on the Newman aircraft jet. Daniel will explain that Phyllis wants to make things right with Summer, but he will also suspect that she is trying to get Summer to come back to Genoa City and assist her in running Newman Enterprises. Given that Phyllis has truly gone beyond the bounds of acceptable behavior this time around, Daniel will not, of course, anticipate that Summer will agree with that idea. Kane is going to reveal that Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden, is still taking control of Lily and the twins. As a result, he is going to encourage Daniel to convince Phyllis to give up the firm. Daniel is not going to believe that anyone can convince Phyllis to change her mind, but Kane is going to have a plan that he needs Daniel's assistance to carry out. In Los Angeles, Holden Novak, played by Nathan Owens, will confess to Claire Newman, played by Haley Aaron, that it appears that Victor may be the one responsible for the kidnapping of Lily and the twins. In the event that this is the case, Claire will mistakenly believe that it is a deception for leverage. The information that Holden will provide about how Phyllis betrayed Kane in order to gain control of the company will allow Claire to accept that Kane is currently experiencing some form of retribution. Due to the fact that Claire will not be pleased with the fact that Holden is working for Kane, Holden will have the impression that she is guarding him. Holden will give the impression that he is optimistic about the prospect of deepening their connection, but Claire will not be willing to take things seriously while he is still concealing information. As a result of Holden's realization that Claire traveled to Los Angeles in order to acquire additional information regarding the events that transpired with Audra Charles Zuleika Silver, Claire will bring up the missing art dealer. The possibility that there was a confrontation that escalated out of control and an accident that was covered up is something that Claire will even hypothesize about. Claire's gut instincts will warn her that she is still not receiving the full story, despite the fact that Holden will continue to deny the allegations. Claire will continue to believe that they had no choice but to stop seeing each other until either that feeling goes away or Holden makes the decision to be honest. Upon returning to Genoa City, Billy Abbott, played by Jason Thompson, will be in the company of Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman, when Victoria Newman, played by Amelia Heinel, and Nate Hastings, played by Sean Dominic, make their entrance. Because of this, Billy will have the opportunity to lash out at Victoria for having the audacity to attempt to take his children away from him. The phone call that Billy received about Johnny Abbott Paxton Mishkind, and Katie Abbott's Sienna Mercuri, boarding school readmission paperwork will cause him to become enraged, and he will refuse to put his signature on the forms after receiving the call. In the event that Nate makes an attempt to intervene in this conflict, Billy will make fun of him for acting like a hero in shining armor and will encourage him to retreat. After Victoria and Billy have made their presence known, they will argue about the entire issue, which includes Phyllis, the Newman takeover, and Billy's attempt to acquire the position of chancellor. When it comes to Billy's signature, Victoria will insist that he is going to comply with her plan for boarding school regardless of whether or not he is happy about it. Victoria is going to make a threat to cast the finger of blame at Billy regarding this investigation into the stolen firm in order to win the support of the school. In spite of the fact that Billy is furious over Victoria's retaliation, she will continue to maintain her conviction that they must remove the children from all of the drama before it becomes more serious. The fact that Johnny and Katie are not need to be in Genoa City in the event of a conflict is something that Billy will accept as true. On the other hand, Billy will grumble about Victoria's timing and convince her to concede that she may wish to take him down a few pegs. As a result of the fact that Billy has caused a significant conflict, Victoria will believe that the least that Billy can do is to remove his children from unsafe situations, before the whole thing goes to hell. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Billy and Victoria will have other confrontations in the near future, so make sure you stay tuned. In the near future, CDL will have additional Young and the Restless spoilers and news for you to read, so make sure to come back frequently for additional Y&R information.